Well, good morning. Hello, everybody. Hi. Hit record. There we go. Awesome. Awesome. I'm back. I'm back from the cruise. Yay. Yay. Had a great time. It was a lot of fun. Yes, Becky and Frito Bandito are back, and she's right here. There she is. Good morning, baby. She got goldfish from Antoinette at Smart Needle in her box. So we're going to give her a little goldfish because she missed it. You ready for a goldfish? Yeah. Sit. You want to sit? Will you sit down? Well, that's a good girl. Yes. You're a sweet baby. That's it. No, no more. No, no. You be a good girl. Yes. Hi, everybody. Hey, it's Becky from Power Tools with Thread and Frito. And you are in our Stitchuation room. Good morning. Good morning. This is a Monday through Friday virtual stitching retreat where we just kind of hang out in here and do what we do at retreats. No, I don't have any more Frito. I've created a monster. As soon as I close that door and come in this sewing room, she knows. So nice to see everybody. Hey, Candace, haven't seen you in a day or two since we got off the ship. Wow, great to have everybody here this morning. Oh, I got to show you guys the cutest thing. Cutest thing. I had put a picture of Frito on Facebook saying, missing my baby. And a lady, y'all, oh my goodness. I just had it right here. Where did it go? Oh, it went back to what it was. I had put a picture. Let's see. I had pulled up, I put a picture of Frito on there. Now I got to scroll through and find it again. I had it all set up for you guys, but she's got her grandchild saying hello to Frito. First time, Susan. Susan's a newbie. Where's my welcoming committee, you guys? Welcome, Susan. Glad you are here. Thank you for joining us. That is so nice. We've got lots of folks here. If you are new, you can put a @ symbol. You want to get someone's attention. You can put an @ symbol, I think, and then start their name, and it'll come up, and you can that person's name will be highlighted in bright orange on their screen. And that way they know that they are being spoken to. It's still a public. Don't forget that. So did you guys get to watch the live last night? That was a lot of fun. Did that. Yep. Here they are. Awesome. Awesome. You guys are so sweet. So nice. Hey, Kim, good to see you. Good to see you. Lots of my cruisers are here in the chat with me. Nice. We do have a virtual kitchen. That's right. Scotty Dog is in charge of the virtual kitchen. And we've got lots of treats over there. Everything's fat and calorie free. And there's always coffee, juice, and whatever you would like. I wish I could find that. Y'all, that just makes me upset. I had it all set up for y'all to see. I put my phone down and it went, back to main page or whatever. So those of you that are in the Facebook group, have y'all been seeing all of the monsters from Snapplique all the videos that we did while we were gone? You guys, I tell you, somebody had done the letters for Happy Halloween. That's this quilt that's right over here on the wall, you guys, where all the purple blocks are with the green Happy Halloween. And I read the post, and you guys, I just teared right up. I was so proud. You guys are doing an amazing job on these. And it's just it makes me so, can you stand it? Really? The cat. I love it. Oh my gosh. People have been very, very busy on these. And it's just so, so nice to see. Now, so yeah, I had put a picture of Frito and I said, and people are using the process for other projects. That is awesome. They're pulling these applique packages, patterns out of their stash that have been there for years and years. They've always wanted to make, and they just don't want to sit there and manually stitch around those applique pieces with the domestic machine. And if you're wondering what Snapplique is, that's where you can take a paper pattern and scan it into the Brother Scan and Cut. And then the picture that the Scan and Cut sees can be imported into embroidery software. click a button, and it is applique. That's the easy way. There's a little bit more to it than that. If you did not get to see, let's see, there's all of us in our shirts on the cruise in the stairwell. Look at that. There was about 90 of us or so. So many peoples. So many peoples. It was awesome. But these guys, y'all, these are amazing. These are just amazing. So, so nice to see it all. And you guys are being so helpful to people who have questions. And it's a wonderful team in our Facebook group. If you don't do Facebook, I understand that. That's fine. But it is, okay, I'm getting close. I'm getting close. Where's Frito's picture? You guys, this grandchild just made me melt. Oh my goodness. I hate to sit here and scroll on my phone in front of you, but I'm gonna. Because we also did a Roaring 20s. There's me and Amy Bachman in our Roaring 20s outfits. It was awesome. And even Keith got in on it. Look at him with his chocolate martini there. How about that? We were all over the ship doing our thing. Oh, here it is. Okay, so here is the post and then the comments. So I just put a picture of Frito on the deck. I said, missing our baby, because I was missing her by about day 4. I'd had enough of being away from my baby. And people sent pictures of their little babies. Some folks sent pictures of some goldfish to give to Frito. But you guys, you got to see this.
Frito, hi. Happy you?
She's playing my video on TV. And then she says, tell Frito hi. Watch.
Frito, hi. Happy you?
Can you stand it? Oh my gosh, that is so cute.
Frito, hi. Happy you?
That melted my heart. I said, oh my gosh, I got. Oh, Jennifer, thank you for the super sticker, sweetheart. That is just made my day, you guys. Oh my gosh, that was so, so sweet. That was adorable. I know, Nan, adorable. Hi, Frito. That's just so, so nice. I know. We have the nicest group of people we hang out with, don't we? It's so sweet. Oh, adorbs. I know. So, back from the cruise, laundry out the wazoo. That's all pretty much under control. The cutting table is still a hot mess. You can see it there piled high with stuff from the live yesterday. Here is Candyland right here. These are the blocks that were behind me on the wall. And today I'm going to cut the white sashing for the blocks and get those going. And then when I got back, I did do some more chickens. This pattern is chickens from Cluck Cluck Sew from Connecting Threads. I've got 2 more birds in nests to go. So they will go in those squares, those blank spots right there. And then I'm going to rearrange them so that they're pretty, get sashing in, and it will be ready to go. Yes, Janie there. Yeah, she was at 2 Chicks and a lady said I would be doing a class. Yes, I am working with them. I think this summer we're going to do a scan and cut class or something like that. Yeah, they want me to come and teach that. So, Diana Debbie, is that yours? That's your grandson? He is my heart. Debbie, is that your grandson? Oh no, I got the wrong one. Now, where'd you go? Debbie, is that your grandson? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You made my day, girl. You made my month. Yeah. That will be at 2 Chicks Quilting in Ganado, Texas. Yeah. But you guys, I've got guilds reaching out to me from all over the country and wanting to have me come and teach, like Longmont, Colorado. I'm going to be giving I'll be doing a lecture one day, a 1-hour lecture. And then the following, I think, day or two, I can't remember, next day be a 6-hour class. So that's happening. Uh, that's happening all around, me going into guilds and stuff. So did I decide on the order of the Candyland blocks? Yeah, Julianne. So Valerie did most of that. I still have to make one more. I'm putting it in where it goes. It'll be fine. So anyway, thank you, Vicki. Yeah. It's going to be a lot of fun to be doing those kinds of classes. Yes, Debbie. Oh my gosh. That child, how old is he? Am I going to rearrange the check-ins or is Valerie? Well, I'm going to give it a try. I think it'll be okay. So, got my backing cut. I have an old scrap of Lori Holt. So I've got it's not straight. It wasn't printed straight. You can tell by the selvage. I've got the selvage up here and the print's crooked. That happens. But I'll put this on for the Be My Honey. So, he's 2.5. Oh my gosh, y'all. He's a star now, you can tell. Oh my goodness. My favorite age. My favorite age. Oh, Knox is his name. Oh, he's a doll. 2.5. Oh my goodness. I could just eat him up. My goodness, he's just so precious. So the runaway chicken. Yeah. I got to get that finished. I really want to, before we left for the cruise, as soon as I got off with you guys, I was making videos on the monsters and neglected a chicken or, Candyland or anything. I neglected a few of my 20-minute a day sews because I was just so busy with those monster blocks. And so now I've got to get back into that. But as soon as I finish up with you guys, today is get the room back. It's got some chaos going on and it drives me a little bit. Where at in Longmont and how can you sign up? There is a guild, Jackie, it's the Longmont, I think it's Longmont Quilt Guild. I think it is. It's a guild and they're having me in. So that is going to be that's in July of 2025. Yeah. So my 2025 calendar is filling up. I've got dates. I just did one. I've got one coming in Beaumont, Texas. I think we're going to do September of 25 in Georgetown, Texas. My rally manager, Bonnie, is working on something in Branson. So after I get done in Longmont, which is like a suburb of Denver, as soon as we get done in Denver area, then I'm going to go across. I want to go to Missouri Star. I've never been, and it's a bucket list thing for me. So it would be nice to go to Missouri Star. I don't know if it'd be like a gathering at their quilting, their retreat facility. Maybe, I don't know. And then from there, head on down to Branson. And then from Branson, make our way back home. So anyway, yeah. So All Brands Houston. Oh, really? I didn't know that. That's great. They need more space there. I did not know that. Speaking of All Brands, that's good. Yeah, they need to be doing those classes in Houston. Speaking of All Brands, so they're having an All Brands Academy in San Antonio on the 23rd and 24th of August this year. And then today they're going to make another announcement. There's going to be another All Brands Academy in San Antonio the 1st and 2nd of September. And I'm going to be teaching at that one too. So that'll be nice. So they've just got such a demand. Margie, I'll be in Branson. I want to say the end of July of 25. Yeah. Quilting is my therapy is pretty close. I'm a huge fan of Angela's as well. Yeah, that's good. I'll have to add that to the, thanks for adding that to my itinerary. Yeah, that'd be neat. I do need to, oh, it's a 5-hour trip between Hamilton and Branson. That's all right. We got the motorhome. That's a day's drive. No problem. We do that. We'll be taking the motorhome all around. Thank you, Diane. She says the MSQC retreats are excellent. Yeah. So, oh, good, Tracy. I'll be good to see you in August. So, yeah, if I need to reach out to the folks at MSQC on their retreats and see if we can't work that in the schedule so that when I'm coming from Denver, I can we'll stop in Kansas at Keith's hometown and then make our way over to Missouri and on down. So, oh, does she? Tula Pink lives near Missouri Star. That's cool. So I also cut my binding strips for Be My Honey. So yeah, my 2025 calendar is beginning to fill up, and then you always have to set aside October, November for the Houston Festival. That'll be good. So yeah, the Branson thing is going to be an RV sewing retreat. We'll be there for a couple of days and, hang out and do some sewing and whatnot, just like we're doing in September in El Campo, Texas. So that filled up in 4 days, you guys. That sold out in 4 days. But they did a write-up in, I think it was Escapees magazine. It was a camping magazine. They did a write-up of RV quilters, and it was really nice. But the problem with the RV quilters group is that somebody's got to drop over dead in order to be able to even get in there, because they fill up like that, and people who went before have priority, and you just can't get in. You can't go quilt with them. Is anybody in here part of that group? RV quilters. They're RV quilters on Facebook. And they, I think, they have to limit the numbers because of, anyway, in our case, we have to limit the numbers of people who can go into those RV rallies. When you get a rally hall, power is an issue. It's the electricity, not so much the sewing machines. It's those little irons. They do a big draw. So yes, the Quilted Cow, Judy, is on my bucket list as well. That is a must-see for me so that I can get in there. I got to help spread my money around, right? I'll take my video camera in there, start another group. Well, El Faber, I got so much going on here at home. I hate to do that. So, yeah. Well, my rally manager, Bonnie, right now, I think she's in Ruidoso, New Mexico. Yeah. But I do want to go to the Quilted Cow. That's a definite stop for me for sure. So anyway, I'm going to get Keith to put my little knobs on today. My pomos knobs and hangers. That cute. See the little button, bobbin, scissors, sewing machine, thimble, spool of thread. These are from Smart Needle. These are adorable. So you're planning to just go and meet in El Campo. Great, Janie. Yeah, you can do that. Come on in. Yeah, I think you can get like a day pass band or something like that, and then come on in and hang out for the day. Yeah, it's there. I know they do that. And also let you guys know, in September, we're gonna get together. There's a private golf course in El Campo. There's a private country club. But in Wharton, which is just down the road, there are some public courses. And I think we're getting a public course set together. So if anybody who's coming has a golfer, go ahead and bring your clubs. So Yeah, you can hang out for the day, and we are going to do a field trip. Candace has it right. We're going to do a field trip to Two Chicks Quilting down in Grenada. That's about 20 miles away. So we'll be doing that too. Um, oh, oh. Heidi. Oh, got to go get more coffee. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. So that's going to be fun. That's going to be, El Campo is going to be a lot of fun. That RV resort that is there is fantastic. I understand Margaritaville RV Resorts tried to buy it and they said no. They just wanted to keep it like it is. But that's going to be really nice. I've got to get this going on. I also made, in addition to so I got to sew my binding strips together, and I've got the backing ready for Be My Honey. I made my little hanger square. You guys are new. If you're new, you haven't seen this. This goes in your binding on the back. So this is 6.5. So this is 6. And that gives me a little bit of room. You just fold the square into a triangle and then fold it into a triangle again. And then you take the long edge and it fits right here. Okay. And you capture that in the binding on the back, and you just have to make a little stitch right there. And there's your hanging sleeve. Very, very cool to do that. So that's what's kind of on the thing. Oh my goodness. Prairie Point. Yeah, I guess you could call it that. I need to get a design going so that when I do my classes, I'm not, thank you. I love the B2. So when is the El Campo trip, Teresa? That is the 19th to the 24th of September this year. And it's at that RV park in El Campo. And it's just beautiful. I had somebody send me an email asking about how safe it is because of the border situation. Very safe. Very, very safe. It's, it's off the highway enough that it's, it's not in a big metropolis. You're in a small town, and it's very rural, and it's very safe. It's good. Yeah. Please hit the thumbs up. That's great. So the calendar is filling up quite a bit for the rest of the year. I have to keep, I don't know if you guys can see it, over on the wall right there. That is a wipe off calendar with all 12 months. And I keep that as, so I'm sitting at my desk, which is right there where that monitor is. So I sit at my desk and I can look at that wall calendar and kind of stare at it and get my dates right in my head. And then when something's confirmed and all that, I'll go ahead and put it in my phone so that if I'm out and about, I know. So, you have the hardest time getting the process to click in your head. Lietha, on the bias binding. Yeah, but once you get it, you'll be like, ta-da, easy peasy. Lay the left one flat, open up the right one, flip it away from you 360 degrees and put it together. Yeah. It's that turn that catches everybody up. Yeah. You have a root canal? Not bad. They're not bad like they used to be, Sally. Good luck, though, with that. I've been meaning to take my leave. My hands hurt. Getting old ain't for sissies, right? Didn't Irma Bombeck say that? Works every time. That's right, Vicky. Yeah. Oh, you're left-handed. Okay. I don't think that would matter. I don't think it matters at all if you're left-handed. No, it won't matter at all. Thank you, Teresa. It's good to be home. Frito was so happy to see us. Oh my goodness. So, okay. So Royal Caribbean is not showing the cruise leaving Galveston. Really? It's going to happen. May 24th through June 1st. Call, go to sewandsailcruise.com and they've got a phone number. Call them and get on the list. Yeah, you want to do that. Connie says she's sewing today. That's awesome. Yeah, this morning's going to be putting the room back together, and it's all that little stuff. You know, when you unpack, you can get the laundry, but it's those little things that got to go places. And the pieces that were, the gifts that people gave me on the cruise were so, so sweet. You guys are so nice. I got coffee mugs, got some candy from Etta from Hawaii. She always brings me those Mauna Loa chocolate covered macadamia nuts. They're half gone. I got t-shirts from Connie. I got, oh my goodness, I got a beautiful covered notebook cover, covered notebook from, it was Designs by Juju Pattern. And goodness, I got just a lot of stuff. Carol gave me some beautiful little earrings that she stitched on her machine, and just really, really nice stuff. So you guys are so sweet. Thank you, everybody who did that. I had a good time. I just kind of wandered around in the room while Julie was going and doing her thing and telling everybody how to stitch. And I wandered around and helped folks who got stuck, or, oh, I got to tell y'all, had a lady doing them. We were making the notebook cover, and the back half of her hoop had not been locked in. And she was sewing, and the part that she was sewing on, because it turned loose, it got loose from the hooping, it bunched up on the needle. She's raising her hand, help, help. So I went over there and got it straight, and it had come completely out of the hoop. So got it all handled. And Kim says it's on the Harmony of the Seas. That's a nice ship too. So anyway, we didn't have extra kits, and the thing had come completely out of the hoop. And I always tell you guys, embroidery is very recoverable for boo-boos unless it pops out of the hoop and then it's over and you have to start over. And I was like, I wonder if I can get this fixed. So what I did was, I fixed it. What I did was I went ahead and hooped another piece of stabilizer and then floated the original project in the hoop. So it was a crazy patchwork cover front. It was the front cover to the crazy patch. Did I download the picture of what it was? Yes. Okay. So see that notebook cover right there? These are the projects that we made during the cruise. So there's a mug wrap right here. And then here is a little wall hanging that says go sew something. That was nice, Julie. Thank you. Here comes the sun mug rug. And this is a 5x7 notebook cover. And then this was a little ornament. Okay. It said Sew and Sail Cruise. So she was on the front cover here of this notebook cover. And it popped completely out of the hoop. So what are good blades to use in the rotary cutter? Frida, get Ulfa. Don't even fiddle around. Just get Ulfa. Spend the money. They're worth it. Oh, I'm glad to see you too, Vicki. Thank you. Hugs. So I hooped another piece of stabilizer and took the original project then and floated it. And there is a long, now stop doing that. There. So there was this long stitch. It's a decorative stitch from here to here on the front cover. See that? That long stitch right there. That was where she was at. So I moved the needle to the beginning of that long stitch, and I put the beginning of the pattern right underneath where the needle would start. And then I jumped the needle position forward to the bottom of that diagonal long stitch. And where that went, then I moved kind of like a pivot, you know, like a protractor. I did a pivot of where that would end. And then we pinned the whole piece down and it worked. Yeah. So, oh yeah, Carol, you're going to want to use that 60 millimeter cutter on that trimmer by George. The 45, the button on it gets in the way and you don't get a good clean cut. Becky was a master at fixing stuff that popped out. Y'all, I was pretty proud of myself on that one too. I was like, how can I make this work? Because you cannot rehoop it. You just can't do that, but you can float it. And that's the way we did. It was a great save. I was real proud of myself. So think about that. If you ever have something come out of the hoop now, get a piece of no-show mesh and put it in there and float the project and get your stitches. Start one place and where it ought to end and get your project where it should be. I was pretty proud of that. Yeah, I'm Mrs. Fix It. Dang Skippy. That was pretty good. Yeah. So I was surprised. You know, we just didn't have any more kits. There were so many people. Oh my goodness. Oh my. The only bad thing that happened on that cruise, it had nothing to do with sew and sale. There was a screaming kid in evening dining. Screaming child. And it was so bad it made the ship's Facebook page. But you know, the staff can't do anything about it. So some people got the staff to tell them where that family was going to be in evening dining for the rest of the cruise. And then they made sure they were not there in the same spot. I thought that was funny. All right. Speaking of binding, let's go ahead and do that, right? Let's go ahead and do the binding. Okay, this fabric is so pretty. This is from the On Wander Lane line by Nancy Halverson. I got it. Isn't that beautiful? I got to do the binding. I got to go. Yeah, everybody was so nice. And there were little ducks hidden all over. Well, Betsy, you'd have to call Sew and Sale. They don't have a flyer out for it yet, but it is a thing. They are taking calls. They actually are on another back-to-back right now because Dawn Chase from Creative Appliques is the celebrity that's on now, and they went ahead and booked that as a back-to-back. So they're back out right now for another 5 days. And I think that one is also, we didn't get to go to Bermuda because of the weather. Ooh, y'all, that ship was rocking. Oh my goodness. It was crazy. But I had my patch on, that scopolamine patch, and then I also, I had Dramamine if I needed it. Same thing, a little bit stronger with the patch, but it was good. The downside of those patches is it makes you so dry. Oh my goodness. You can't get enough to drink. Your lips get all chapped and all that. So, the quilted hearts, Debbie, I want to say, so I got a quilted heart from Connie Halloran. I don't know if she found it or made it. I looked for her again to ask, and I couldn't find her. All right. I need to sew this on. I want the words to be straight with the, oh, this is going to look crooked, but that's okay. It's going to look crooked being sewn on, but the words will be straight. Oops, I got to do it the right direction. What am I doing with my glasses? My goodness. Oh, Connie, your sister made the heart and you gave it to me. Thank you, darling. Well, tell her thank you. I love it. She did a great job. I appreciate that so much. I would have worn one of your shirts today, but they're in the laundry. All right, I'm going to 1/8 of an inch away, make a great big old 5 stitch on this. Just base this down. Just both sides. I don't need to do it all 4 sides. I'm just going to do 2. All right, good enough. Good enough. Yeah. Did you guys freeze up? I've got you hardwired in. I got a splitter yesterday for Valerie. When she comes, she can't. So when I'm hardwired into the internet, mine doesn't freeze up, but hers does. Because I live in the boonies with crappy internet. Yeah, not frozen. Good. Okay, good to know. So did anybody complete any projects while I was gone? Did you guys get anything done? So yesterday, y'all, we have been having some non-producing chickens. I don't know what's going on, but not happy. So yesterday, we've always kept them in the run. Yesterday, I told Keith, I said, why don't we let them just run around the backyard a little bit, and maybe they'll be happier. So we did. That was a first. Opened up the gate, to the chicken run and let them out. And I got 3 eggs yesterday. How about that? Frito's great with them. She babysits them. She doesn't chase them or anything. So that was really nice. And then yesterday evening, Killian, stay on it. You've been fighting with your first Snapplique project. Stay on it. You'll get it. So it was neat. About 7 o'clock last night, it was time to put the chickens away. We need to keep the door to the run closed because we have cats and raccoons and all kinds of predators. During the day, I've got, there's an owl or 2 out there. So they love a chicken dinner, right? Anyway. So let me get this going here. Put that back to 2.5. So I told Frito, I said, Frito, let's go put those chickens to bed. And I was herding them and she had the other side and she was pushing them into the coop. It was so cool. I mean, she's a cattle dog. That's what she does, really, really neat. So awesome. Your ghost disappeared in Canvas Workspace. Uh-oh. Oh my. Let's get down here to the corner. Fold that over. I got my little template here. Now this template has a 45-degree angle on it. This is just a piece of plastic I made. Like you can't buy this anywhere. It has a 45 right there. And the way I do that is I just put it right up against the edge. I put the corner on the corner and put it right up against the edge of the project. You can make a cardboard out of cereal. You can use a butter tub lid, whatever. I got this idea from Karen Brown from Just Get It Done Quilts. Okay, so now I've got a perfect 45. You pull it out and then you lay it on top, the long edge, and then you fold it over. And that's how you get your perfect little miter. Just like that. Okay. And I like to go backwards first. Now I'm not doing the 45-degree binding edge finish on this one because it's too small. Let that relax a little bit so it doesn't bunch. go. Oh my goodness. Sold a lot of seam rippers, came back and put them back on the site. So those of you who have made orders, those are going out today. I imagine Keith is back in the room right now, probably fulfilling all of those orders that we received while we were gone. I had an auto reply pop up that said we were out until the 19th. So, because once you get home, you know, there's so much to do. Keith mowed the grass yesterday. It looked bad. So we'll get all the orders out for this USBs and the seam rippers and all of that today. There's about 25 of them. There's a lot of work to do. Do I have my hanger on the back, Julia? Yeah, I'll put it there. I've got my hanger right here. I'll put it on the back in a minute. I'm not ready yet. I'm not there yet. Right now, I'm just sewing it to the front. Just sewing it to the front right now. It's hot in here. It's going to be a hot one today, in the 90s again. I cannot believe it is already the end of May. I don't know. Ever since I started quilting and doing this channel, my goodness, time is flying by. It's crazy. Did any of y'all lose, those of you that lost power during those storms while we were gone, are you back to normal now? You got your electricity back, or still living with a generator, or what? Where are you, corner? All right. See how easy this is? I like these little small ones. They're fun. I got to do a couple of videos for Sewing Machines Plus for the King Quilter. I got to get those out. That is in the queue before the end of the month. And then I am going to be every day on the virtual Sew Fest for Sewing Machines Plus in September. I think that starts the 9th. It's the 9th through the 14th. So I'll be seeing you guys live every day on that. That'll be fun. Okay. So let me do my little folded edge here. I'll just finger crease this. So there's my nice clean little edge. Maybe it's not long enough. Let me fold that down a little bit more, give myself some more space. This, I guess I left it a little long. It's okay. There we go. Fold this over. I'm going to pick Harriet's brain for projects to do during my Sew Fest. My favorite educator for handy quilter. Let's see. All right. And then this is going to go in here. Just tuck that in. Yeah, these are too small to do the mitered edge. That's not fun. Very good. One of the quilts you finish. Oh, nice. Good for you, Tina. That's great. Franny, you're still on a generator. Goodness. Have I had a chance to test the Singer Memento cutter? No, I have not. I don't even know what that is. Oh, you guys, look at this. Isn't that adorable? Oh, my goodness. That is so cute. Goodness sakes. All right. So now is when the little triangle goes in, right at the top. And since this is 6.5 and I made it 6, it's going to fit just perfect. See? This is leftover backing I pulled off the long arm from a Home Again quilt. That's adorable. I love the letters in blue. I think that came out just adorable. I like it. Very nice. Yeah. So on these little bitty quilts, I will go ahead and just do my miters ahead of time. You don't have time. You don't have the space to do them under the needle. So I just go ahead and get them like I want them beforehand. They're so small. Again, not fun when you're fiddling with it at the machine. And I did not put another layer of batting in here. And I'm glad I did this because I might go ahead and put another layer of batting in the Happy Halloween quilt now that I'm figuring out how this is going to feel. Let's see. There we go. That didn't work well. Oh, is it it's a cutting machine? Yeah, I'm unfamiliar. You said cutter. Instantly, my mind went to rotary cutter. Oh, Keith is going to get a new knee. He's got a doctor's appointment today at 9. And then Wednesday, today's his orthopedic. And then Wednesday, he has it with the VA doctor because he's, claiming that. And he's got to get a new knee. He had his MRI, and it's a mess in there on his right knee. So he's going to be doing that. So that is fitting into our schedule this year as far as travel. So we're not going to be doing anything at all June, July this year, August. That's all going to be, I think the first trip out that we're going to do after he gets his surgery will be in September to El Campo. So he's going to be recovering and we'll be staying here at home, being good. Yeah. Yep. Does that Singer scan? Does that cutter scan? You got to have that. You got to have a way, in my world, you got to have a way to make that vector graphic so that you can import it into software. Oh, Pam, you doing the same thing for your hubby? Bless your heart. All right, let's go. He's had problems with his knee. He's gone through the whole rooster comb treatment, all of that. He's done it all. I'm going to start on the side. There we go. Watch me run out of bobbin, y'all. Oh, no, I wouldn't give up scan and cut either. I wouldn't do that either. This is my idea of binding, you guys. This is it. Get right in that corner. And I need my stiletto. Push that binding through. If this was a bigger quilt and the back would be seen, I would go ahead and have changed the bobbin color to a navy. But it's a wall hanging and nobody's going to see it. Watch your toes. Oh. Make sure my little hanging triangle is down flat. It felt so good yesterday to be stitching. It wasn't yesterday, it was Saturday when we got home. To be stitching, it had been so long since I stitched. What am I looking at here? Is that a stitch or am I out of? No, I guess I'm not out of bobbin thread. I know I'm close to being out of bobbin thread. Okay, I'm still got it. Done. Yay. I love these little things. It's so easy to do. Fun, fun. Okay. Ta-da. How great is that? Isn't that nice? Yeah, that turned out adorable. Look at that. My little miters. Yay. So cute. So cute. Love it. Got that far enough. Here we go. So cute. Yeah, that's adorable. Oh, I have a needle. I need some thread. It's the only time you see me hand sew is sewing down that little point. I did do a 1/4-inch seam sewing it down to the front. Yes. I sure did. It just, it's easy just because I use the 1/4-inch foot. So you got the book to do the 4th of July one? So somebody in the Facebook group, I don't have the book here. It's across the room. Somebody in the Facebook group wanted to do, it looks like a heart and it looks like a flag. Okay, so it's got a blue field with red stripes and everything. She sewed it all together, and I've done this with Garden Girl. Sewed it all together, the pieces, and then placed the heart over the, okay, so sew all the pieces together, right? Put that square of fabric on the scan and cut mat with heat and bond on the back. Put heat and bond on the back of that. Put that and then put your heart exactly where it needs to go on the scan and cut, and it will cut it out through the seams. And it works. It's amazing. It's very cool. Very cool. You're going to shampoo your living room carpet? Maybe you should sew instead. All right. So now you just sew down that little point. I learned this trick from Laura Koya because one of you brilliant people pointed that video out to me and changed my world for the rest of my life. Yeah, you did. So Really, Patty? It wasn't bad at all. Keith is so, he's getting different from everybody. He's getting, oh, it's terrible. Oh, don't do it. Oh, it's great. He's getting everything, All right, 4 little stitches. And that's it. And a knot. And I'm done with Jones B, my honey. I only heard from one of the winners from yesterday. Y'all need to go at least watch the end of that video from yesterday's live and see if it was you. I've got a list of them over there on my desk, but I don't know who they are off the top of my head. Okay. Finished. Yay. Yeah. Isn't that cute? So 1/4 inch seam all around the front. I love that ditch foot. Does a great job. That's what you can see on the back. The miters are all done. And then you can put it on one of those little Ackfeld wire hangers right there. And it just, hanging sleeve. Ta-da. So if you're new and you haven't seen that before, if you've got a great big quilt and you want to hang it, you can take upwards of an 8-inch square or a 10-inch square. So let's say your quilt is 56 across, all right? Then you could do that with 3 or 4 8-inch squares, 10-inch squares, whatever you want. Turn them into triangles. Put one in the center so you don't get any droop, right? And 2 on the sides. And then if you want to fill in those middles, go ahead. Then all you have to do is stitch down the points. You don't have to stitch the whole stinking sleeve, which is wonderful. Ask him to get an extended nerve block. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. So can chicken salad be done with a 9.5 by 14 hoop? Cindy, so I don't know if you're in our Facebook group or not. I did a video. Short answer is no. If you're going to do a 9 by 14, well, you can, but it requires multiple hoopings. So I did Percy in multiple hoopings using a 9 by 14 to show how it's done. And that video is about 2 years old. Go on my channel and search for large applique, small hoop, or search for Percy. I think I've got Percy in the title of the video. Look at that. And that's going to show you, let me find it for you and I'll show you where it is. Let's see. I'm going to go to YouTube and I'm going to share my screen with you guys and show you how to find it real quick. Let's go to YouTube. Okay. So let's search Percy large applique small hoop. Let's see what comes up. Ta-da, right there. Tutorial, multiple hoopings to embroider large applique and small hoops for Percy and chicken salad. Look at this video right here. And this is going to tell you how to do that so that how to do that. You can stitch all but the tail. Okay. And those birds, like they've got a wing out here and their tail's back here, while the bird body might go ahead and fit inside there, inside of that 9 by 14, all the other bigger parts won't. And so I go through, do that. And that'll tell you how it's done. That's a very, very helpful video. It's the exact same process you're going to use if you're doing the monsters in like a 6 by 10 hoop for Happy Halloween. It's all about knowing how to do multiple hoopings. And I got lots of questions about it. So that's why I did Percy in that smaller hoop. So anyway, all right, you guys, our hour is up. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. I've got a lot of work to do in here today. Please hit the thumbs up on your way out the door. And if you have not yet, subscribe. It's free. And then we can spend more time together. Okay. We'll be working some more tomorrow. I'll talk to you soon. You guys go sew something. Bye.